Right then, Adrian, thank you so much for joining this Q&A today. It's lovely to have you here. To start, would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself and your business?
My business is 21 years old. We had our birthday 2 days ago for that, from when we were registered on Companies House. 21 years old, started as a recruitment agency, what we didn't know about recruitment and running a business was huge. We branched out into recruitment advertising about 2005, and then about 7 years ago we started building our own recruitment software, applicant tracking systems. And then about 11 years ago, we also started doing loads of free training events, which has really sort of changed up our business and changed up how we interact with people. So we're very much try and add some value first. So we do that with loads of free webinars and workshops and other documents and reports and tools that we've got.
Okay, that sounds like an amazing variety. What keeps you, if you've been in it for so long, 21 years, what keeps you going? What keeps you fired up through all that?
Yeah, well, there's no shortage of fire. I mean, we've hit a really nice growth curve in the last sort of 5-6 years, and we've developed hopefully a bit of a reputation. We've rebranded a year ago from Easy Web Group to now Hireful, which I think was long overdue. And I think that sort of just crystallises our view. We want to be the most helpful recruitment services company in the UK, and I think we're making a good effort at that. But we don't, but it's always a transition. It's always the next thing and the next thing. So we're excited about what they are.
Oh, brilliant. And do you have a specific niche like market, or is it for literally anybody? Do you have the kind of the sweet spot?
Yeah, we have thought about this quite a lot, and we are focused on it very much so, I think, in that we tend to work with what we define as sort of everyday organisations, which is really the sort of mid-tier. So it's organisations from, let's say, maybe about 50 staff through to maybe a few thousand, which is quite a large part of the market. But like I say, we don't tend to work with people that are super small, and we don't tend to work with people that are super big, for various reasons. The super big ones would be they have enough of their own resources. So what we're able to do with most of our customers is take away a lot of the pain, offer them access to technology, advertising, an advertising reach they wouldn't otherwise have, and just general expertise. And then people below, say, 50 staff, we work with a lot of HR consultants and support them to support those type of clients as well. So that works quite well.
Oh, brilliant. So obviously this year's been a really challenging year for everybody. How have you found this year with COVID, and what sort of challenges has it presented to you and your customers?
Yeah, obviously, firstly, shock when everything just literally stops. And I normally sleep very well, but I had 2 days where I couldn't sleep at all. So my first tip would be find a really boring podcast and put that on, because that was the only way I cured it. So, but once we sort of took stock and realised what was happening, then we just tried to make the best of it. And people throughout the summer were recruiting a lot less. Now here we are in October, we're seeing our numbers come back up. So our volumes are about 75% in terms of vacancies, which I think is a pretty positive position at the moment. And then I do loads of workshops and have done for 11 years. So I love getting out and speaking to people. So when I'm back in the office and we're making decisions, well, I've met loads of people and they've told me their problems on workshops. So that works really well. So no workshops, which is probably the most fun part of my job, to be honest. And so we've just really positioned up and done lots more webinars. So we moved to about 3 webinars a week. More people were at home. That was fantastic. I think people are a little bit webinared out now. They're still working fine, but it's not quite as crazy as the summer. And then we also launched our e-learning academy. So we're now building out courses on that. We've got courses around job board advertising, GDPR, and now the latest ones are on unconscious bias. So we're just going to keep doing that and keep adding into that base, and then maybe get some partners involved in it too.
Oh, that sounds really interesting. So where can people, obviously you're part of MyPeopleClub and you're in the community and all the rest of it when you're one of our partners on the business directory, but where can people find you? And
Yeah, we were chatting before. I'm not huge on Facebook. I know my colleague Leanne, who heads up our partner team, is very much engaged on that Facebook page. So I'm sure she's involved in that and helping people and answering questions and pointing them in the right direction. I'm very much all over LinkedIn. That's my sort of domain. So yeah, that's where I sort of prefer to be. So my colleague Sean, the CEO, he's on LinkedIn too. He likes Twitter as well. So suppose it's these days everyone's got their own. We haven't got any youngsters on Instagram yet, so we're not really big on Instagram. I'm sure we'll need to hire someone and resolve that soon.
It's hard to be on everything, isn't it? It takes up quite a lot of time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And what's your website? Just remind people of your website or where.
It's not on the t-shirt, but it's just hirefull.co.uk. So some people, particularly when you speak to them, don't quite get the play on words. It's obviously meant to be around helpful. So yeah, hirefull.co.uk. They can go there, and it's all there. We kind of assume most people sort of this day and age. A lot of people refer to us and maybe come straight in and say, like, I trust so and so's opinion. But a lot of time, I think people want to maybe, get to know you a bit better. So a lot of people come to like the webinars or maybe trial one of our free products. We like free audit reports we do and stuff like that. So that might be how they want to work with us first, which is obviously great. They get to know us, and then when the right time comes up, they got a need, they can reach out.
Yeah, and for any viewers, I can really recommend Adrian. I know you've years ago did some LinkedIn courses for me back in previous roles and stuff, and they were really, really good. So I can really recommend these guys. So finally,
I've not been trained by them on how to train, but I bring the energy. That's how I like to work.
And the knowledge. They were really, really good courses and gave us so many good tips and stuff. So yeah, definitely recommend these guys. And then finally, so what was, obviously you're part, like I said before, you're part of our partnership, and you're on our directory and things. So what makes you want to get involved with My People Club and be one of our partners?
Yeah, well, I guess at the start of it, when we learned about it, when we was talking to you, firstly, it was a bit similar to what we discussed. It comes down to trust. So we could see, we trusted the people that were setting this up about, that it was going to be the right sort of values and the right sort of approach. So that makes it a sort of easy decision. We really want to engage with the sort of SME market and HR partners HR partners have a wealth of knowledge, but actually clearly struggle for time. And recruitment also is becoming incredibly complicated with so many different areas. So, we really think we fit quite well to that market. So there's a bunch of stuff there. And then, I just like, the idea of like community and collaboration. It sounds a bit cheesy, but it really does fit our values and how we work. If we're saying to people, let's just get on the network and see if we can answer some questions and help people, and you can see other people in the network are doing that too, then, it just seems to fit.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is definitely our concept for My People Club, was to make it one big community where everybody could get what they needed in the one place. So by having people like yourselves and then our other partners, we're really kind of growing that, which is amazing. So thank you very much, Adrian. It's lovely to have you on this Q&A, and we really appreciate you giving up your time for it.
No worries. Thanks a lot then. Bye, Christina.